Okay, today we are playing a game on Hanamura. We will be playing about 2/3 of the game as Reinhardt and about 1/3 of the game as Zarya, and there is no SR for today's game because it was a placement game. Which also seems like a great excuse to say I don't care about the team comp, because dude, who knows what SR we could be in? We could be in bronze for all we know. Never mind that I know the dude, I've seen the dude play before, and I could ask him if I just really didn't know, but hey, you know, whatever. There was nothing I could do, dude, so let's just start the game. So we've got a Symmetra, also we're on the console today. Great job, team. Remembered. We've got a Symmetra, so we're up to no good immediately with the Symmetra. Now, they've also got a Symmetra, it turns out. But we're mostly waiting for Symmetra to put her thing down. And we get a little bit spooked because we see there were some lasers hitting us in the back. We also did, oh no, our shield broke. It's even worse. I was going to say we took our shield down in front of the entire enemy team. But no, it actually got broke in front of the entire enemy team. This was why we took a bunch of damage instead. So, Symmetra's in there all by her lonesome, right now, pretty much. She's just standing there like, team? And then she's not long for this world. Moira did also die, but Moira got to be rezzed, so good for her. Reaper is in there swinging right now. They're not looking at us. We could run in and get a couple swings in behind them. Instead, we ran in and started fire striking. Ideally, we would get the swing in first and then hit them with the fire strike from this position. Because swing, as soon as you feel it make contact, just fire strike straight through them, do more burst damage, rather than just running at them holding the fire strike button. So, Reinhardt just did this. That's not allowed. Reinhardt's gonna fucking die now. This is why you don't charge out of the choke point. Look what happened right there. If you try to charge the Reinhardt and he's got his charge ready to go, you're about to get pinned, unless you're gonna pull off a real hard pivot. So there, Reinhardt's dead. Easy Earth Shatter. Unfortunately, we're very low when we push the Earth Shatter button, so we don't exactly feel safe going in to capitalize on it. I've gone back to see why we took all that damage. Pretty much we ran out around this corner holding down left click, took some damage from that, and then got hit by Junkrat bombs. Fair enough. If we're gonna, don't really want to just, like, run around the corner holding down left click, because you're gonna take some damage coming around the corner like that if they're already shooting at us. So, why are we just standing here holding our shield up? We don't need to be just standing here holding our shield up right now. Junkrat's throwing some bombs at us, I guess, but I mean, like, he stops right there. We can see him start reloading, and, like, we just want to get in there and start, like, pressing the advantage, because we've got the numbers lead on them right now. And they're currently running after the Symmetra and Reaper, like, please stop killing our teammates. Took us a real long time to actually get involved in this fight. By the time we arrived, the fight is actually already over. We went like a real around the courses kind of path to get here. We could have, like, just gone across the rock garden, to be honest with you. As long as we don't just, like, trip over every Junkrat bomb on the way over, it would be fine. Which is certainly possible to have happen, though less than ideal. So now we've got to attack the second checkpoint on Hanamura, which is also a very arduous experience. Half of our team has gone the other way with the Symmetra. Oh god. Over the wall, over the gap. Just go slap him. Just go. No, there's no need to be this cute about it. Like, we can just run up and hit them. It doesn't need to be this extreme. Mercy actually almost dies. Like, we can just run up and hit them. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So half our team went that way. We were not in position to start doing anything, so half our team just ran into the entirety of their team alone. Optimistic attempt at the pin, though relatively low chance of actually getting punished for it from this position, regardless, unless just, like, we missed really badly and he pinned us. Half our team was dead at this point. Well, they weren't quite dead. 2 of the 3 people that were flanking over the left-hand side died, and we kept going forward. Things are pretty fucked at that point. It was already going to be a pretty bad engage regardless, just because the thing is with the pincer maneuver, here's how you beat any pincer maneuver, right? You pick one half of the pincer maneuver and just clap them, because there's 3 people over there, right? Or 2 people, however many are involved in this pincer operation. So you just pick one half of the pincer, collapse on them, and then the other pincer is suddenly, it's not much of a pincer anymore at that point. It's just like a pin, really. So, yeah, it's done. You've killed half their team, then you just clean up the other half of their team. So, pincer maneuvers tend to not be super good in Overwatch also, because usually it's going to be like 2 DPS, like a Symmetra, a DPS, maybe a healer running at them, and then the 2 tanks and the 1 healer left are on the other side, like, hey, we're over here, we're not really very scary, because we're missing both our DPS right now, but, you know, hey, look over here, look at us. Maybe they won't notice the other 3 people coming up behind them to kill them. Oh, fuck, it was a Reaper with a Mercy tethered to him and kind of gave it away. That's the level it tends to be at. Who the fuck just went by? Oh, it was Bob. Okay, I swear, I thought that was a soldier that just ran by, even though we don't have a soldier on our team. So I was just like, 76 is fucking going in, dude. He doesn't want to play no fucking choke point game. No, sir. Oh. Reinhardt's up to no good. Reinhardt got the Earth Shatter on us from behind. Was he just, like, latent above the top? Damn. We can't see him anywhere. We actually can't see him anywhere, which is pretty suspicious. Just like, you know, look up at the balcony. Well, we can really see the balcony anyway from right there. Just look up at the balcony real quick. Like, where's Reinhardt, you know? Reinhardt players are known to do some dumb shit. So we got claps right there. It looked like we knew what must have been happening to us, but the position we were in, there was no way we'd actually, like, stopped the Earth Shatter from happening. Just, hey, you know, just peep, you know, up at the high ground, see if the Reinhardt's actually up there or not, if you can see him, because Reinhardt players love to go for the off the high ground Earth Shatter, which is actually legendarily bad to do, but sometimes it works, and it feels really good when it works, right? Like, when you get that play to work, you feel like you're fucking Spartan warrior. It feels incredible. Didn't need to use Fire Strike right here. We've already got Earth Shatter. There's no way this ever resulted in anything other than just some trash damage to them. And they just get to heal that up and generate some more charge for their support. So, waste of time. Waste of time. So, their Diva's down here. Diva's lost her mech, which is very nice. Reinhardt's, of course, going to jump on us again because we can't see him, and he's already done it once, so he's going to do it again. He wasn't going to have his Earth Shatter this time, but I was not at all surprised to see him just jump down on us from above. I couldn't see him. I'm like, he's got to be above the doorway right now. What else would that man be up to? I don't really like going through the main door on Hanamura, to be honest with you, because it tends to result in a lot of sadness. Because you gotta, like, if they've got, like, long-range DPS, you're just getting shot the entire way going through there, and then, like, you're going through this, like, narrow tunnel for, well, not super narrow, you're going through this narrow choke for a while, then you gotta go across the bridge, hopefully you don't get booped off the bridge. If anybody's waiting on the high ground behind you, they get to just, like, get some, like, there's a Reaper stood there, he's just, like, free fucking play of the game right here. I'm not a fan of walking down the front. Now, granted, this door is not exactly much more pleasant to walk through, a very narrowed funnel, which just, oh god, if they've got, like, Mei, Symmetra, Reaper going through here is also terrible. So here's what the actual best thing to do on Hanamura is, right? It is actually to go through the main door, but with a slight adjustment therein. Because you've got the main door, right? And then you got the bridge going across. Yeah, I know, artistic rendition and all that. So you got all that. There's the staircase over there. So the best thing to actually do on Hanamura, good luck getting your teammates to do this in just a ladder match. But, I mean, hey, this is what you actually want to do, right? You go through the front, you hop off the bridge, and then go around the side. You would go up the staircase on the left and then attack from the balcony, because everybody can get through that doorway, right? There's no problem. Everybody's on the left side. There's a large health kit around there you can play around, and if anybody's sitting behind the point defending there, you can just, like, get right on top of them. If there are people on the high ground, they get to shoot at you as you're going in, but, like, you've approached from a very safe location, and now you're just touching the point, so the onus is on them to jump down and actually start fighting you, or you just capture the point. Anybody in the back, you get them. If anybody's above you on, like, that ledge above that door, that can be sad, but not many people can actually get up there. And getting to the point is very quick from over there. You don't have to go, like, any long, arduous route like you do if you just go straight through the main door to the point. And, large health kit to play around, cover, all that, no problem. That's actually the best thing to do on this map, but, good luck getting your teammates to do that in a, just a ladder competitive game. Because, teamwork is hard to come by in Overwatch. Hard work is also hard to come by in Overwatch, but that's a different issue right there. So I would actually go for the pin on this man right now, because it seems to be fairly advantageous for us regardless of what happens, because there's no way we miss the man in this hallway. That's like, there's no possible way. It's too narrow. There is theoretically a way, but it is extremely unlikely. So if we pin him, great, we pin him, we probably kill him, because Reaper stood right next to us. If he countercharges us in this hallway, his teammates are not in position to capitalize on us getting countercharged, and Reaper is right next to us, so us getting countercharged right here just means their Reinhardt is on his back in front of our Reaper and our team, and we kill him. So I would go for the pin right here, because no matter what he did in that hallway, it would be good for us, because if we pin him, great, we pin him, he probably dies. If he countercharges us, Reaper's right there, he probably dies. And, you know, I guess he could dodge it theoretically. It's not impossible, but the hitbox has to fuck up, like, get real wonky, and Reinhardt has to move really specifically, so very unlikely to happen. So I would have gone for the pin right there. Either way, whatever, we got through, we did it, easy peasy. Zen's up there, that's very exciting for Zenyatta, but really bad, actually, because imagine if his teammate, imagine if that Zenyatta's got Transcendence right now, right? Right? How's he gonna use it from all the way over there on the other fucking ledge? So, yeah. I wasn't super excited to use Earth Shatter in there, just because that's one of those places where using Earth Shatter can get really upsetting very quickly. But no sadness happened to us, so easy peasy. Zen did not want to come down and touch the point, so hey, we captured the point. Great, we even had some time to spare, so we had a lot of time to spare, actually. So there's no way we can be in a position where we can't win off this round, which is great, and they might be in a position where they can't win. Because now if they finish in overtime, we've got more than a minute on our clock, so they won't get the time extension, which is always very nice. So we're going for some Bastion strats. We've also got a Torbjorn. Life is very exciting. I don't really see people go down the alleyway that often, to be honest with you, so this is very surprising for me. So this is a fairly minor thing, but I still don't really like when people do it, when they just like sit bobbing back and forth on Reinhardt like this. Like, there's no reason to actually do that. We just stand in front of the Bastion, and that's fine. I don't like when the Reinhardts just sit there, like, wiggling back and forth for no reason, because that, like, I'm thinking about it, this happened just the other day, where, like, if you're wiggling back and forth, if somebody's standing behind you, like, if I'm playing Ashe and I'm stood behind the Reinhardt, I'm like, alright, they can't shoot me from straight ahead, so I'm more inclined to, like, just stop and, like, try and aim at people, right? Because if I can see that I might get flanked and life is sad, but, like, most of them can't hit me because I'm behind a shield, so I'm just gonna, like, stand there and try and aim at them. But if the Reinhardt's wiggling back and forth, he's just like, well, now he's moved out, and now he's not covering me anymore, because he's wiggled that way, so I have to come over here, and now he's fucking blocking my line of sight, because he's wiggled back the other way, and now his body is blocking my vision. Now he's wiggling away from me again, so I have to follow him. For certain DPS, it gets very annoying when the Reinhardt is wiggling back and forth in front of them, and it is fundamentally quite unnecessary to do that, because what's it accomplishing, right? It's not really like, oh god, I've reduced everything, oh Jesus Christ. It's not really, it's not increasing coverage or anything like that, it's just kind of annoying for some people. Me, mostly, so, don't do that, don't like that, just, like, block the man. So, anyway, what happened? Life is sad. Reaper was up to no good, we can see that to be the case. He died, we fire struck. Our shield is very low. What was it? Yeah, our shield is very low. Reaper Bastion did end up dying, because we took the shield down in front of him. He was pretty buckled down. This is not a good place for Bastion to be set up, because there is no cover here. Because, we didn't really get to see it. So I guess I'm going to go back to illustrate my point. Right, Bastion sat here, And where are we gonna go for cover, right? Because if we're here, the closest cover is, like, over there. But if, like, we're in trouble, we can't really walk from all the way over here to over there, can we? We've got the staircase behind us. That's not very good. We've got, like, the fucking beams behind us, I guess. And we got the point all the fuck way over here. So this is not a good place to be positioned. No, sir. If you're playing Bastion, right, the Reinhardt is gonna kind of have to come and stand in front of you, because that's the whole point, right? So try not to sit somewhere that's just out in the open, because unfortunately, and I know this is going to be very heartbreaking for you to hear, Reinhardt's shield isn't infinite health. I know. It sure does seem like it, doesn't it? So, inevitably, Reinhardt's going to have to take his shield down sooner or later. And when he's going to take it down, you really don't want to have him take it down when you're out in the middle of open space. You want to be near something you can still use as cover for when Reinhardt has to take his shield down. Because sadly, he will have to eventually. And you really don't want to have to stand up and move from, like, the middle of nowhere to cover. Is very upsetting. Don't do that if you're playing Bastion. Pick somewhere that's got cover. So we've come up here by ourselves, actually. You know, they're all going this way. Just have a peek behind you to make sure somebody's actually coming up here with you, because if they aren't, this is about to get very upsetting very quickly. We also do just, like, run right at them, and we know they're all coming up this doorway, and we know they've got to bridge it. We know sadness is possible for us going that way, and we're going up there by ourselves. It all got very bad very quickly. Doesn't work. I know. The ledge up there has eaten many an earth shatter before. My friend, whom I play with frequently, he has lost his ultimate over there on this ledge. Probably like once a week, to be honest. It's very upsetting always. Yeah. Earth Shatter doesn't play well around ledges. At least it plays well around staircases right now. I remember if you use it at the bottom of the staircase, it would often not hit people on the staircase. I guess because the bottom step is just like a centimeter too high. It would be physically impossible for an earthquake to move up a staircase, of course, after all. They're the safest place to stand. So they just stand there looking at you like, what the fuck was that, you fool? You thought Earth Shatter was going to go around geometry in some way? No. So, we were stood down there. We got here a little bit late. This is very awkward. I've never actually been in that situation before. A lot of our teammates are dead right now. We go for the big pin. We got Bridget. Alright, it didn't look like we were gonna get Bridget, but some pretty sick magnetism happened at the end, so it all worked out. So fortunately, this very glowing Zarya didn't actually notice we were behind her, because boy would she have chewed through us pretty fucking fast. Really, this just all got, it turned into a mess really fast. We were late to arrive to the high ground where our teammates were going, so it was a little bit awkward timing-wise, but then, like, the diva thing happened, and boy did it turn into a mess really fucking fast, right? Like, it was an unusual situation, no doubt. Slightly inefficient use, because we got the people, that's all great and all that. Get the smack in on the person, and then fire strike, like, makes contact, fire strike through them like so, and then easy peasy. Like, if it's a 200 health person, it's dead, and then you get to just move on to the other people. And I don't mean just, like, fire strike straight into the ground at the person in front of you, I guess, unless you really fucking hate that one person, I guess, but, like, try and get it through the other teammates as well, but just, you'll kill the squishy person slightly more fast if they're in front of you, and if it's a tank, hey, you still did more burst damage to the tank, right? But usually the point is just, like, smack, fire strike through the people, or as many people as possible, get another smack if you can in, and then try to pin one of the tanks as they're getting up. Sometimes you have to parse out, like, where all the bad men are in front of you fairly quickly with the Earth Shatter to get, like, the efficient smacking in, because sometimes they're kind of, like, spread out, so you have to, like, kind of move in between them to, like, get the smack on both groups at the same time. It gets awkward sometimes, you know? That wasn't really that situation. I just, you know, I follow a train of thought, and I just fucking go, dude, until I decide to stop, which is usually never, actually. I would talk forever if you gave me the chance, to be honest, and, would I actually tell you anything particularly interesting over that span of eternity, no, I would repeat myself probably for 80% of the time I was talking to you. But hey, I'll go. I'll fucking go, dude. So Reaper killed a bunch of people in this team fight. We didn't have to really do anything. The pin was, or the charge rather, was really bad. We didn't pin anybody. We ended up in the pit. It was very unfortunate. But again, we had already won the fight by that point. Please do not sit like right here if you're playing Bastion. Again, where are we gonna get to cover if we stand in front of this man right now, right? We gotta get up the staircase behind us very fucking bad. You know where we could stand that's very similar to this position and near cover? Right fucking there. Really would want to be on the high ground, but I mean, like, if we're like, alright, I'm gonna fucking, as soon as they get to the point, I'm gonna shred the shit out of them. We don't have to stand on the point for that. Stand behind the point. Whoa, and then look at all that cover that's nearby. We could even go in the spawn if we really wanted to, right? Like, yes, yeah, maybe think about the cover you're using when you play this video game. You know, having cover is pretty important in first-person shooters in general, to be honest with you, but also this game, which is a first-person shooter. I wasn't sure if you were aware. Well, first-person shooter for probably, like, half the cast, not so much for the others. If we're playing Reinhardt, are we playing a first-person shooter? Really? You know? Or if we're playing Torbjorn, are we playing a first-person shooter really? Or are we playing a third-person shooter? Right? Like, come on, like, think about it. Think about it. So they're starting to assemble now. We're most of the way towards Earthshatter. That's nice. I think their Reinhardt's guard Earthshatter. I really haven't been keeping track of that this entire time, which is very bad of me. I'm having an off day right now. I've been having an off week, to be honest with you, but I'm having an off day right now. Leave me alone. You might have noticed the off week based off the fact we've uploaded like one video this entire week so far. It's been great. Most of that was not my fault, though. I just want everybody to know. The Reinhardt, was it just Reinhardt this time? Yeah, it was just Reinhardt this time. The Reinhardt video I was trying to upload this week took about 3 days for YouTube to actually process it, and I had to re-upload it 3 different times before it would actually fucking go through. Which was very upsetting, because the Reinhardt McCree video from last week, the exact same fucking thing happened, where I had to repeat the upload 3 times for it to actually fucking process. So, it's not my fault. I just want everybody to know I've successfully played Overwatch. I'm very good at finding excuses for why it wasn't my fault. It was actually YouTube's fault, not mine. I had the video. YouTube just wouldn't take it from me. They just wouldn't take it. So that got very awkward very quickly. Reinhardt went for the Earthshatter. We also went for the Earthshatter. We didn't actually get anybody with ours, I don't think. We might have gotten there, Reinhardt. Yes, we did. We got Zarya as well, actually. I can see a glowing lump on the floor. Alright, we did actually get 2 people. Great. The sound on this video is kind of messed up, so I can't, like, hear things super well. Except for the person's computer fan, which I can hear perfectly. It's very upsetting. I can also hear the controller analog sticks clicking, also, which is very nice, very nice. I wasn't super excited to use Earthshatter like that, just because it's one of those angles that's, like, tailor-made for sadness, because there's, like, geometry nearby, which Earthshatter still doesn't always play very well around, and there's, like, the doorway they can just go behind. If anybody comes out of that corner holding a shield up, we're sad. Like, it's a good potential for sadness setup, but we weren't actually sad, so that's nice. We got booped into the pit. This is, of course, very bad. Who were we trying to pin? We were trying to pin Moira, I assume. Very optimistic. And great potential for sadness, because there isn't a lot that you can run yourself into to stop falling in the pit if you realize that you've misaligned your charge. So, optimistic pin wasn't likely to work, didn't work, and led to a great deal of sadness. Anna rather, is doing her best to keep us alive right now. She managed to hold out long enough for Lucio to arrive and drop the beat. And we've ended up being sad right here. It could have been good, but Zarya uses the bubble very sadly. You know, it's one of those situations where, like, we might not get another chance, so you do just want to, like, use it just in case, right? But, like, using Earthshatter in, like, a hectic melee like that is always, like, just, like, tossing a coin, pretty much, because using Earthshatter in a melee, like, you're using Earthshatter under duress, is also extremely unlikely to work, and oh god, that was scary. Like, Moira has to fuck up really badly to let you pin her while she's using Coalescence. I don't recommend going for it. Like, she has to fuck up really badly for it to work out. Don't try for it. So we have been like just, oh god, we heard the pin coming, and we turned to try and countercharge it, but unfortunately we missed and went in the pit again. So the pit counter is very high right now. Good reaction. I heard the pin span around and tried to countercharge it. Good reaction, but unfortunately we did not land the countercharge, so we just went in the pit. It's a real mess of a game. You know, like, it's a real clusterfuck of a match, no doubt. Oh, we're in the pit again. This is, I think, the 5th time now? 4th time? No, I think it's the 5th time we've been in the pit now, so it's very sad. Lucio's gotten to use Sound Barrier twice during this one fight, so that's very exciting for him. It's one of those matches that has just, like, turned into a clusterfuck real fast, which is, I was about to be so upset because it looked like Bastion was just going to get outmaneuvered by the Bridget slowly rotating around him, which I've done before as Bridget, and it's honestly, like, when I've killed the guy, I've not felt good about it, to be honest with you. So we've entered the Zarya segment now. We've taken an extremely long time to get out of the spawn, so the round's starting, and we're only halfway there. So that's not exactly ideal. You know, we'd like to be there as the round is actually starting. They've only got a minute left. We actually got the extension as well, so good for us. Ooh, Ubu bubble? Ryan, I assume. Yeah, Reinhardt. Okay, we got charge. We got 40 charge off that. Great job, great job. What charge are we at? 70? Great, we got like full charge off both those shields. Great, awesome. Not quite full charge off both of them, but very close, like 76%. Great job. Now we're maximum energy. Are they running goats? Yeah, they're running goats, ain't they? How exciting. Oh, we decide to run goats during the next round, so that's going to be very exciting also either. So Anna just won this fight. Like, Anna just won this fight. Like, oh, things are getting a little scary right now. We're starting to lose ground, and but then look, everybody's purple. Everybody's purple, so they're like, oh shit, oh god, get me out. And Reinhardt didn't get out. D.Va got out, but not without losing her mech. Now D.Va's dead anyway. So great, we've managed to fend them off. Look at that. Great job, Anna. Anna won that fight for us, no questions asked. Very optimistic try. I respect it. We do really just want these people fucking dead right out here, to be honest with you. Like, there's 2 people out here by themselves. We're all still alive. Like, we're full charge Zarya. We just go out here and start fighting these people. Like, our teammates are near us. We're at the gate. We're full charge Zarya. Like, we go out there and just try and kill them. We did not have our bubble up, so we like walked in front of that pin, but we did not have our bubble, so it has ended in sadness for us. But the fight's not exactly going well for them regardless at this point. Yeah, we really did want to just like try and kill those 2 people stood outside the gate though. Like, they were by themselves, and it was like pretty free given how many of us were there and how high energy we were. So we've gone for the grab right there. If we're actually going to grab anybody, like, grabbing the D.Va right there, I'm not very excited about. If anybody's coming through the gate, they'll be sad about it, but, like, I'd actually rather grab this fucking Lucio, to be honest with you. If we're going to grab one person, like, I want it to be the one that is harder to kill, like Lucio, right? Because now he's gotten to use Sound Barrier as well. Oh, there he goes, though. He's probably going to manage to get back up again. Yep, he did. So things have gotten, like, kind of a mess. I wasn't very excited with that use of Graviton. The thought process was probably, I'll get this person, and if anybody's coming through, they're gonna get got as well, but no one was coming through at the time, and didn't really amount to very much. If we just grabbed Lucio, be free. Easy peasy. So, hooray! We did it. We got there. Now we've got 3 minutes to win. Or draw, and you can see there's enough time on the video that it could go either way right here. So now's the time to bet. Do we win, or are we sad for the next 3 minutes and 10 seconds? I mean, we're playing Overwatch, so kind of regardless, we'll probably be sad for the next 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Overwatch is a very agonizing experience a lot of the time, isn't it? Like, let's be honest here. We're all kind of masochists for playing the game to begin with. What was that noise? Ooh, That was an incredible reverb on that noise, whatever it was. It sounded like someone just, like, slapped a piece of sheet metal or something. So they've got a bastion. They got a bunker over there on the point. We're running goats right now. We've got to get to him, is the main issue right here. Everybody's got a different idea about the route that we're going to take to get to him. And this is very bad, as established earlier, with the potential for sadness with the pincer maneuvers. Might work out, but yeah, this is not exactly a very organized attempt to get in there. What was Reinhardt even doing? He just, like, run on the point? He didn't even run at the bastion. What's he doing? He's, like, running over there. I was trying to get Torbjorn. Okay, like... I was like, what's he even running at? He was trying to run at Torbjorn. Torbjorn is not as high a priority as the Bastion is, startlingly enough, and Reinhardt's fucking dead. Like, it was a mess. Like, it started off badly as soon as we got through the gate, because just both the team just, like, the splits like the fucking Red Sea. So we've given up on goats now. And we've gone, Reaper Ash, and I heard a very dramatic, why those two? Well, if Reaper can get to the Bastion, it'll not be so bad. Ash is, like, fine. They've only got the one shield. If they've got, like, 2 shields, life is sad, but... yeah, Ash is mostly, like, Ash can do some, annoying damage, try and pick people off. Like, I play Ash against bunker comps, it's not that bad. Is it, like, as good as picking, like, a Junkrat or a Hansa? Well, no. Admittedly not, but, I'm a big fan of Ash, so, Ash is fine. Thank you very much. So we took a lot of damage right there. This was never going to amount to anything other than us, like, taking a lot of damage. We should have just been, like, we were going for the bubble, I think, to get the energy off him. Did we even need the energy? Like, what are we at? Dude, we're like 100 energy already. We don't need to go for the energy off our personal bubble because we just got 100 off of the projected bubble instead. So, like, we didn't need to do that at all, and it was never going to amount to anything other than us losing a lot of health. And now we've lost a lot of health, so we gotta heal up before we can get in there, so it takes us a while to get in there. We really wanted to get in there sooner because Mercy died, and we just kind of didn't really take part in this fight at all. And we're 100 charge Zarya, 100 energy Zarya. So, yeah, we didn't really take part in this fight very well. Us taking all that damage from the Bastion right as the fight started was not good, because we had to wait to go in regardless, and then we didn't go in. So, we have managed to get a lot of ult charge off of the enemy team, at least. Ended up kind of stuck out there in the middle of nowhere, and we didn't survive. We did not survive. It suddenly feels like I've swallowed an entire cactus. Hold on. Big sip. So, we're getting back now. We've almost got Graviton built up. Bastion used configuration tank, but ate shit immediately, so he didn't get to do anything with that. Moira, unfortunately, he's alive again now, so we've got to deal with the Bastion situation again. We have not... Where'd Bob go? Oh, there he is. Okay, I saw Bob, then Bob was gone. I couldn't see him again. I was like, what happened to Bob? Boostio, very exciting, rather than Boosted Bob. We finally have Grav. A lot of people on our team are dead at this point. We only got Hammond? No, someone else is in there. Who else is in there? It's... Who the fuck was it? It's... Moira? It's Moira. Okay. Moira did just use Fade, so she can't, like, get out. Unfortunately, just Hammond. A lot of people on our team are dead, or just Moira and Hammond. A lot of people on our team are dead by this point, so it didn't really amount to too terribly much. Like, this round, our team wasn't making it any easier on us. Reinhardt wasn't very good, I can tell you that much. I love it when the game is so pointless. At least we didn't lose, you know? Like, to be honest with you, I'll take the draw any day of the week, like, rather than lose, personally. So I wouldn't watch that. I still like Northern Lion, still my favorite YouTuber, good times. Very low-hanging fruit YouTube algorithm, but great job. Green River Killer serial killer documentary, I would absolutely watch that. Quantrill's Raiders, I probably wouldn't watch that, but I can see where it's come from at least. I still do not care for this man at all. 10 unexplained disappearances, yeah. I actually follow this guy. I'm a big fan of, like, macabre content, pretty much, and I wouldn't watch this, but, you know, there's some pretty good buffs out there right now, and some pretty sick nerfs at the same time. We're gonna do a video, probably not, because there's like 6 changes total. Let's talk about it now. Hey, how about that? Let's just, like, cover those patch note changes right now. Someone linked it in the Discord server, as I recall, so it shouldn't actually be that hard for me to find it. Yes, here it is. Because it's, like, there's, like, 6 changes. There's not enough to really warrant making, like, a full video out of it, to be honest with you. So, hey, we'll do it right now instead. Hey, how about that? Let me get out of the way. So, patch highlights, replays, cool, whatever. If we can actually, like, send the replays to another person, that'll be nice, but we'll see. So, Batista, heal ammo increased, ultimate duration increased, unnecessary feeling to me, but, like, whatever. What I think is that the splash on the grenades needs to be, like, half a meter bigger. That's not, that's about it, you know, that's the only thing I think needed, really. Defense Matrix, we are aware that Defense Matrix is still a very strong ability, so we've decided to nerf it again, reducing its range from 15 meters to 10 meters, so that's very exciting. We nerfed it by 33%. This is, like, overkill at this point. Like, we've already nerfed Defense Matrix so many times. And yes, Defense Matrix's reach is very long, you know, hook range is 21 meters, so it's most of a hook range, which is quite long, but, like, given everything else we've done to D.Va at this point, this feels very unnecessary to me, to be honest with you, but whatever, you know, why not nerf it again? Defense Matrix is a strong ability, so I understand, but it just feels like overkill at this point. McCree's primary fire recovery reduced by 0.1 seconds, which sounds like a tremendously uneventful news, but is one of those things that it'll be more noticeable than you think if you actually play McCree. Like, it's a sizable enough percentage of the recovery that, like, you'll notice it. Like, it's a 20% reduction, right? So, like, if you played McCree previously, you'll know the difference. I think he fires as fast as Zenyatta does now, somebody said. I don't know if that's actually true or not, because I don't know what Zenyatta's recovery is, but one of those things that sounds like nothing, but is actually, like, more than you think it is. It's just one of those things where, like, when the number that small changes, it's easy to be like, who gives a shit, right? Low-key, or not even low-key, high-key, the best change in the patch. Barrier can be deployed without interrupting reload. Fantastic news. Absolutely incredible news. Fantastic. Beautiful. Great. Awesome. Should have been like that to begin with, but hey, you know, whatever. Teleporter interact range increased by half a meter. Whatever. Torbjorn's secondary fire per pellet reduced from 12.5 damage to 10.5 damage, so 105 damage total per shot. I wasn't out here thinking Torbjorn's rivet gun felt particularly overpowered, but hey, you know, what would I know? So this is the weird one. I didn't expect this to happen. So, time awarded for 2 CP maps. Time awarded for capturing point A on all assault maps has been reduced from 4 minutes to 3 minutes. Not something I expected to happen. I guess, you know, it's one of those things where, like, if you couldn't capture the point after 3 minutes, you were unlikely to capture it after 4 minutes, to be honest with you. So it does just cut down on the amount of time spent kind of grinding against something that you were probably not going to win anyway. And, like, 2 CP matches feel like such a fucking slog if you can't actually capture the point, right? So, I didn't expect it to happen, and it was one of those things where I was like, God, some people need all the time they can get, but then I think about it and I'm like, if you can't capture the point after 3 minutes, like, is 4 minutes really going to be, like, the break point that often? Probably not, so just cuts down on, like, wasted time, from my perspective. And then this is great. I'm so happy about this. Upon losing point A, any defenders that are dead or die shortly thereafter will have a maximum respawn of 3.5 seconds. This is great, because, you know, it's really easy to get snowballed on. on a 2CP map, not even necessarily through your own fault, just because, like, teammates committed to a fight on the point that was already lost, and it can be really bad, because if you died during overtime as you lost the point, then you had the super mega extended respawn timer right after you lost point A. Even though overtime, like, is over, like, immediately right after you died, you've still got the extended respawn. And that makes it way easier to get snowballed on. So this is great, makes it a lot harder to get snowballed on a 2CP map now, which is already a very snowball-centric game mode already, so that's very nice, very good. I'm just excited. I'm very excited about that, because it cuts down on, like, there were a lot of times you could lose through no fault of your own, because your teammates staggered themselves, fighting over the point you lost, and, hey, maybe you actually had a good chance of winning that fight in overtime, but you lost for one reason or another. Now you get, like, extremely punished for that, even though you thought you had a chance of winning. Like, even if you had a chance of winning, you got extremely punished for that, because you had the extended respawn at the fight you lost. Now, fucking eat shit. They're, like, at the point by the time you respawn. So that's gone. Great. Fantastic. So, great. Is 2CP a worthwhile game mode still? No, because all its maps are universally terrible, but it's something, right? It's an improvement overall. I don't care about the workshop. Were there any bugs? I didn't read the bug fixes ahead of time, so, you know, it's gonna skim through real fast. Anti-heal will be cleared when Sombra uses her translocator to her teleport. This already happens sometimes. Like, I've seen it happen, but I guess it wasn't, like, consistent. But I've seen it happen. I guess it just wasn't consistent. Translator now says, whatever. Fixed an issue of material effect on Sombra's hair would cause it to cast a shadow while invisible. That is something that is good to have changed, yes. Fixed a bug. Oh, thank God. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That's good. That's good. There was some pretty stupid Torbjorn shit you could do with turrets. There was a spot on Dorado. I know you could do it on... What was the other one? Volskaya. It was Volskaya, checkpoint A. So Volskaya, checkpoint A, and Dorado, checkpoint C. You could... There were spots where you could put the Torbjorn turret where it would fire through walls. And it was basically impossible to destroy. In Volskaya, you could set it up in the control room above the point, you know, on the right-hand side from the attacker's point of view. You could put it in there, like next to the tunnel, and it would shoot at people as they came through the choke point. So that was pretty sick. And on Dorado C, there's the... You come out of the defender spawn, turn left, and there's the staircase that goes up to the high ground, like the little ditch square room over there. You could set it up in the room going up to the high ground above the small health kit, and it would shoot at people through that wall up there as they came up the... So as they were pushing up with the payload through the under the bridge, it would shoot at them. So that's good that that's fixed, because that was pretty silly. I never had the misfortune of having to play against it, but that is the kind of thing that is definitely should not be in the game. That's definitely not okay for things like that to be happening. Just, like, impossible to destroy Torbjorn turrets. Very nice, very exciting. So, hey, not a super exciting patch, but some good stuff in there, at least, you know? And, you know, one really good something. So thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us, and I hope you found the video helpful. I missed like half of that thing right there. Whatever, it's fine.